Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great morning. I'm tired. Went to sleep too early and I was up in the middle of the night. But we're here. I've only taken one trade so far and it was a loss, as you can see. I actually just took it a few minutes ago. And it's crazy because part of me didn't want to get into it because it was so close to the bias change zone. And then I was like, well, I'll just break even when it touches the bottom of it. It came one tick from touching the bottom of it in reverse. So yeah, I was just looking for that last little tick to break even. And it's crazy because part of me was like, oh, I'm just going to break even when it gets one tick from it versus actually hitting it. And that's what I should have done. I should have just broken even or just not taken the trade since it was so close to it. But I was just waiting for it to touch the zone so I could break even. Instead, we got one tick away and then reversed. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? So now we're here. Now we are here. We just bounced off of my major level, which also just so happened to line up with the changeover level or whatever, the change zone. So let's see what we do here. We kind of created a new bias, then reversed off of this resistance / support level, rejected here twice, really 3 times, because I think the wick of this touched it. Yeah, the wick of that touched it. So let's see if that's enough to actually push it through and create a new, get back to an uptrend bias. I don't know if I want to chance this because it's touching the zone, but it's not a fresh zone either. Was it a fresh zone that one time I took it? I don't remember. I'm gonna sit out if it does reverse here because there's only one pullback that I allowed to touch the zone, but now I know it can't be like right when it changes over, like over here. So if this pushes down and wins, I'm okay with sitting out of it because I can't remember the one time I took it with this particular pattern and it touched the zone. Can't remember if it was fresh change or what. I really don't remember. I have a feeling it's gonna push though. I'm gonna chance it. It's alright. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. The zigzag changed immediately. I would break even at that zone right there, or the level. So I would have just broken even I'm cool with that. Out of the All right, I put a note on my chart so that when I go back and I'm recording my trades, I've just put why I sat out of it. You did a little pre-market. How was pre-market this morning? Did it move much? I didn't even check. Sometimes when I get on, if I get on super early, I will check. Yeah, I will check to see what pre-market did. Just scrolling back a little bit, see how much it moved. But I was late to the charts this morning, which kind of sucks because I was only a minute late, but my very first trade was at 8:30 and I missed it. And this is why I not take profit, but I move my break even when it hits the new rotation level that paints as you're in the trade, because you can see it touched it, wicked off, and then pushed down. But yeah, so I did miss one trade, so I would basically be break even right now. And that's my fault for falling asleep so early. I know myself. If I fall asleep early, I'm going to be up in the middle of the night and then I can't go back to sleep. So I go in Discord, I start answering questions, and then I get mad at myself because now I'm tired. But it is what it is. Did he get out of that trade? Oh no, he took a sell now. But yeah, I'm definitely going back to sleep after I get off the stream today because I'm tired. Very tired. If I go back, show you the trade that I missed. It was this one right here. Mind you, this zone is painted for now, not before, but yeah. Missed this sale. Super nice sale. And you could see kind of what I was saying yesterday, where like how now this trade isn't one I would have gotten into, but you could see how it's saying like this rotation level that looks different from this one painted while the trade was going, and it literally reversed right off of it. But when it's a prime low or prime high, I don't have an issue, which this is the trade I actually would have taken. So that kind of, I'm still trying to figure out if that's how I want to do it, breaking even with that one. Like I do the other rotation level, more than likely that's what we're going to do. More than likely. To me, it's what makes the most sense. I really want to see us get away from this zone, because the fact that we didn't get too far past it after creating the new structure, we didn't really trade much below it. So that leaves me to believe that we might try to continue with the uptrend instead. However, we did break it. So, but it seems like this support level right here just held it. So we'll see. But yeah, I should be break even at this time. We're trying to push down. I mean, we need to trade below this rotation level, but and hopefully once we do, we can actually break this resistance level as well. But we'll see. Play some music. So now this is the same trade as here. Same exact trade. Touching the bottom of the zone. The question is, do I take it? Zigzag change immediately. I would have to break even again. Let's see if it actually breaks even though. Oh, it might push through. Alright, so my thought process is correct. That I can take it when it's touching the zone as long as it's not a fresh zone. So if this happens like right here when it was brand new, no. But both of these times I could have taken it. This one would have been a manual break even. I would have set the break even here, but it never went back to touch it. So if I can just work out these last little kinks by the end of the session tomorrow, that would make me a happy person. Just small things. Which, for this particular trade, I had the feeling that it's okay. But since this one, I would have had to manually break even anyway, I was like, let's just not. Yeah. Now I'm telling him to put his ego aside. Is there news? Oh, my sound is kind of low, so I was so confused. Like, what is that sound? Good morning, T Money. How are you? Sorry, I have Nutty stream up over here at the same, like, over my own. So I have to, like, go back and forth. I'm looking at this trade that he's in. If we break this support level right here, he's fine. Okay, oh, 532. So his stop loss is basically the top of my zone up there. So I've set out of 2 wins so far today, 2 wins and a break even, and then I have the 1 loss. I could have broken even on that 1 loss, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna treat that long term, because I feel like if I break even because it's 1 tick away from hitting this zone, I need to do that for these levels, you know. So for that, I feel like I can just take the L for that, because all the other ones I wait for it to actually touch the level. But I feel like there's another trade that happened to me. Might not have been this week. It could have been last week, where it came 1 tick from whatever level I was gonna break even at, and then it reversed. So I guess maybe I could just do that for all of the levels. I don't know. Let's see. Thank you. That seems like the little detail I was missing. All right. Like I said, he'll be okay if we could break here. This is like the 4th touch, maybe the 5th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the 5th touch. Oh yeah, he's good now. Where's this take profit? 493.50. You should probably break even before that. Break even at the VWAP. Not break even, take profit at the VWAP. We're rejecting here again though. Let me see if there's anybody else live. Where's Methodical Man? Oh, he's been streaming later in the day. Whoa, that was a spike. 1 win, up 600. You done for the day? Hey, listen, secure your green. Congratulations. What time did you trade? I don't want... Alright, I'll mute his. I've been successful with making sure this account does not fail before Friday, and based on today, I don't think it'll fail today, so I think we'll be all right. like I said, I really want to be able to turn it around. I still have $600 left in drawdown, so which this is a test because if I can bring it back from $600 in drawdown, that lets me know that if I'm like on 50K PAs and I take a 2K withdrawal and only have 2,600 in the account, then I'm okay with the 600 drawdown and can survive it. Thank you, Mir. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the sub. I'm kind of like Nutty where I'm not still learning. I'm just putting a strategy together. So it's been a few months, but I'm at the tail end of it. Just got a couple of more details to iron out. But welcome. I was just about to see if he went and took profit because it might bounce off this middle VWAP level. Oh, okay. We pushed right on through there. Oh yeah, there's news coming up too. Natural gas is coming in 7 minutes. You traded pre-market at the true NY open. Had to hold through the chop before news though. Oh my god, that's so early in the morning. That just made my stomach queasy. No. That's so early. You know what? I would have been better off trading pre-market this morning the way I was up. I think I fell asleep probably at like 11. And then I remember waking up at probably like 4 something. And I was in the Discord answering questions. And then by 5 something, I was like, I'm going back to bed. I'm not even supposed to be up right now. I don't know what it is. Like if I go to sleep before 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to always wake up at 3 or 4 and be wide awake. It's like, even though I've been on this schedule for God knows how long, it's just no matter what, I can't sleep through the night if I go to sleep too early. It's so weird. I think no. Okay, that's better. I'm just over here trying to think if I really want to get in this trade, but I'm going to. As long as we don't stall here too long. I need the volume of this candle to be less than 1200 basically. It's at 7, almost 800 now. Well, it's going to invalidate itself because it's been here a little too long. Like 30 more volume is going to be done for. Yep, that's it. Alright. Still relatively new to this. Been trading off and on for about 6 months. So I've been trading off and on for 10 years. Don't be like me. Stick to it, no matter how frustrating it is. No matter if you have a job to go back to or a business that you have. Do not do like me. Whenever I was frustrated, I had so much stuff going on. but that's why it's taken me so long to get to this point, because I always just quit for 6 to 12 months and come back. Now I can say though that like I just last week I was showing screenshots showing how I was a profitable trader intraday swing trading on a 2-minute chart. But this is my first time actually developing my own scalping strategy. But I was just telling my best friend who trades last week and even last night, like, we're at the age now, I'm 33. So we're at the age where, like, I can't say I'm irritated, I'll get back to this in a year. No. That's why I don't have this down the way that I wanted to 10 years ago, right? But I haven't been trading futures for 10 years. So I started in futures, went to forex, binary options, went back to futures, back to forex, and back to futures again. But I tell anybody, if you can get through the ups and downs of trading in the beginning, oh my goodness. Like, I wish I would have stuck to it when I was 24 and starting to learn back then. Seriously. The only thing that I am grateful for is all the chart time. And that's kind of why, like, after I started this volume-based style of trading 3 months ago, 3 months is a long time, but not a long time in the grand scheme of things. But just having so much chart time and seeing different patterns and stuff, it's why it was so easy for me to know what indicators I wanted to use, and then just kind of building from there. But yeah, get used to it. But I'm sleepy as fuck. You should be sleepy. It's early. It's way too early. Hi Trenches, good morning. Listen, I still haven't gotten used to waking up at 8 o'clock. I snooze twice every single time without fail. Like, I just can't. I can't. I can't do it. Like, it's no way. I just can't. If I have to wake up anytime before 8 o'clock, oh baby, I'm cranky. Like, when I was watching my niece and nephew for those like 4 months, I remember it was one particular day where he was like, we got to bring them at like 7:30. I'm like, it cut into my sleep time. That extra 30 minutes, I need it. I'm just not a morning person though. I've been a night owl since I was a kid. And I used to be that person where, like, I game literally all night, go to sleep at 6 a.m., do it all over again. Yeah. I can go work a 12.5-hour shift overnight. Maybe not at this age. This age, I do need a little sleep. But if I just get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep right before I wake up to go to a 12.5-hour shift overnight, I'm good. But if I try to do that same 12-hour day shift from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and I only get 4 hours of sleep, I'm trash. I can't. I can't. I think it's going to 475, the pivot point. Let's see what I have down there. The only thing I have down there is at 472.25. I have another resistance level, similar to the one I knew that it needed to break through for Nutty to get all his profit out of his trade. I'm actually watching him at the same time. But yeah, basically, Mir, the only thing I have on my charts besides a couple of half trends is order flow VWAP, current day open high low, and prior day open high low close, and then a support and resistance indicator from NinjaTrader called Fame Super Pivot. That's it. I just use the half trends to tell me direction, minor trend and major trend, and the rest is just trading near support and resistance levels, going back towards support and resistance levels, just knowing how to play off of those. You gonna see the full eclipse next week? Child, no. I stay in my house. If I can't see it going in my backyard, it ain't happening. I know I saw somebody, so somebody had made a post on Facebook just saying, like, you know, how to prepare for the eclipse, and saying, like, make sure you have gas in your car, prepare for traffic, prepare for this, prepare for that. And then here you go with the conspiracy theorists. What are y'all trying to say? Is something going to happen? It's like, no, you idiot. Because there's so many people who want to see the eclipse, there's going to be higher traffic because people are going to be out of their houses trying to go to certain parks or trying to go to certain areas so that they can see it the best. Are you dumb? What are you talking about? But yeah. No, if I can't see it, and honestly, I typically forget about it. I'll see people talking about it all day and then just forget about it until the next day when I get online and then I see all the pictures. But yeah, no. Not going to see it, Trenches. I was talking, so Trenches, I think I told you my best friend that trades, he's actually from Chicago. He just moved back a couple of months ago. And he was like, "Did you hear that it snowed?" I was like, "Yeah, my homie Trenches already told me you late." He said that it didn't stick though. Come on, market. So we just rejected off of my major levels at 509.50, which is right next to the support level that, well, it actually was initially a resistance level anyway, but we treated it like support first. Now we've come back up and rejected off of it again. So just trying to see what it's gonna do. Real close to you. My kid is all into science and space, but I don't feel like driving 2.5 hours. If you don't go do that. No, I feel you. I don't like driving either. Like yesterday, I had to go pick my oldest nephew up from school. Because his aunt who usually picks him up couldn't pick him up. So I looked at that thing, I put it in the GPS and I said, I'm driving 28 minutes to go pick up a kid from school. Why? And then he goes like to school in an underdeveloped area. So it's, well, I wouldn't even say it's underdeveloped. It's just like a lot of farm area. So as soon as you get off the highway, it's just winding road, miles of farm area, and then you'll see like 1 or 2 houses clustered, and then a bunch of farm area. Then you'll see one little small neighborhood over here, small neighborhood on the other side, and then more farm area. And I felt like it was a 45-minute drive because there was nothing to look at. There was just nothing at all. But man, I don't like driving. That's why my family members know if they ask me to go somewhere, anything like that, like, baby, I'm riding with you because I ain't doing that. I'm not. I'm the person that will pay for a plane ticket if it's a 30-minute like plane ride, which is usually equivalent to like a couple hour drive or so. I will pay for that plane ticket in a heartbeat. I cannot stand driving. Let's see. All right. So this is the first swing after the 9:30 news. That's the second swing. So I'm clear to trade again. Clear to trade again. 917 or 1095. Where is my, oh, I must have deleted. Oh yeah, so I told you guys I had switched my volume indicator yesterday, but unfortunately I had to put the up down one back on because for whatever reason sometimes that other one just glitches out and it'll show nothing in there. So I'm actually happy that the volatility and the volume is not super high today, even though I would love to take more trades. But I just could clearly see the difference yesterday in how quick the executions were not having this indicator on my chart. All right, so Oh, I just got nauseous all of a sudden. $10.95. Not the volume pattern I was looking for. Zigzag change to a buy immediately. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm nauseous. Oh. What do you call a masturbating bull? Beef stroganoff? Oh god. I was wondering what he was talking about. Jesus Christ. That is so terrible. It's 7:21. Have I tried Alpine's open trade? Nah. Two reasons. Well, three reasons. Number one, I know that it's against the rules for almost every prop, including Apex. It's literally in the rules. Now, from what I was told, they are revamping the agreement. Because even the agreement says that you can't trade without a stop loss. So obviously there's a lot of stuff in that agreement that is outdated. But I know that most prop firms literally have in there that you can't trade at the open. So that's number one. Number two, even with this open and range trade, he does not trade with a stop loss, and he's only going for 21 or 22 ticks. I'm already going for 18, you know, in my regular trades. So it's like, why trade a setup that's against everything you believe in? Because not to say I don't believe in trading the open, but I mean, to make that a strategy, which I know that a lot of people are successful with that strategy, including him, but it just goes against everything I believe in. Just trying to get into the breakout of a range due to the volatility of the open. Also, trading with no stop loss is 100% against what I believe in. And the third reason, that is the third reason. It's against the rules. I don't really like it. There's no stop loss. And I guess the fourth one is that he's going for practically the same number of ticks that I do on a traditional trade. So it's like, why risk my account for 22 ticks because I have no stop loss when I can just wait for my setup and just go for 18? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't tried it. I get it, but I also understand that, like, he does it because he's been struggling with his intraday scalping, right? But even when he scalps intraday, it's not like he goes for 21 ticks. He always goes for like 6. Sometimes 4, sometimes 10. But he likes to scalp for smaller ticks at a time. So having an alternate strategy that you can trade once a day where you can get 3 times as many ticks as what you normally go for, that makes sense. But it wouldn't make sense for me because now I've just effed up my risk management for an extra 4 ticks on what I'm used to getting, you know. But I was tuned into his stream yesterday, and I did see that he was saying some of the same stuff he always says, like that, he doesn't trade with a stop loss. He was talking about the reasons why. One of the reasons being that when he trades with a stop loss, he feels like he loses more, which is understandable. And then I know I've heard him say previously that like he doesn't believe that you know you can have a strategy on the Nasdaq that is consistent with a tight stop loss or really a stop loss of any kind, because he doesn't believe that the Nasdaq paints in patterns consistently. Which, I mean, based off of how you see the market, maybe. But I know that somebody came into the stream and was saying like that Vince, the first guy who made over $1 million with Apex, he trades with a 40 tick stop loss. And, he was just saying that, oh, you can't believe everything. Some of these people tell you that that's what they do, and that's not really what they do. I would highly doubt that he's consistently trading with a 40 tick stop loss. And then he was talking about how, you have these people who will basically tell you one thing but do another. They'll tell you always have a stop loss, but then when you watch them, they'll take a stop loss off of a trade and be like, oh man, the one time I took a stop loss off, look what happens. And the reality is they probably always do that, and they're telling you one thing and doing another. And I get all of that. I get it all. However, that's kind of, I wouldn't say like a motivating factor for me developing this strategy, because I was developing this for myself before I even knew who he was. Let me make that clear. But I want to be able to show that, number one, the NASDAQ does move in consistent patterns. It might set up a consistent patterns 20 times in one day, but only 5 in the other, but it's still a consistent pattern. And also I want to show that you can scalp with a tight stop loss, and have a one-to-one with scalping, because so many people who scalp do not trade with a positive risk to reward. It's usually like a 4-to-1, which is the way you're supposed to say it if it's negative. I don't know where this new thing came out within the last couple of years, where if you have a positive risk to reward, you'll say a 2-to-1. It says risk reward. Risk is first. So if it's positive, it's 1-to-2. But anyway, most scalpers do not trade with a positive risk to reward. So I want to show that that can be done, right? And I just want to show that there are consistent patterns. Yeah, the market kind of sucks when, I can only get 5 trades in a day or 3 trades in a day. But if it's the same pattern that I see when it's 20 trades in a day, that means that there's consistent patterns. And that's why my strategy is so set in stone. There's specific rules, because it's based off of patterns that paint every single day. No, CCP1. I didn't want to get into this trade, because it didn't follow my rules all the way, since it started with a double bottom. However, I did notice a pattern sometimes with, if it rotates off of the VWAP, the middle VWAP level like it did here, it can sometimes win. However, this particular trend that would have lost. This particular trend is an overall downtrend bias. If it was an uptrend bias, I would have went ahead and chanced it, but yeah. Good morning, Applejack. What did NQ do to you this morning? I'm indifferent on stop loss due to you could be reactive to a trade with a mental stop loss. I think my biggest issue with the mental stop loss is that most people lack the mental capacity at the time. Not saying that they will always lack the mental capacity, but most people lack the mental capacity to have the psychology aspect of trading down packed, right? Like, I told you guys yesterday, and I actually did respond to this person last night, where the person was telling me like, yo, when you get into PAs, just start trading 1 to 3 micros. No, I'm not, because that's insane on an 18 tick trade. But also he said, you know, it'll help prevent tilt. Well, I don't go on tilt. I've been streaming every morning for what, 3 months now? I don't remember how long. 4 months. You've never seen me go on tilt. I might make mistakes because I forget my rules. That's a whole nother deal. But I've never gone on tilt. Ever. I've been losing because I'm developing the strategy. The strategy ain't ready, but I have not been losing because I'm going on tilt. Right? Most people go on tilt. So if you don't have the psychology aspect of trading down packed, how can you possibly have a mental stop loss? The other problem with mental stop losses is you are also leaving room for technology errors, right? If you have a mental, we actually just saw this a couple of days ago where somebody came into the chat. They owned it though, but the person was like, yo, I just got locked out of our trader, or it might have been Trading. I don't remember. No, actually it was Trading, and I think that they might have reached their API limit. I'm not sure. But he was locked out of Trading, could not get back into his account, and he was in trades. And we're like, okay, but do you have a stop loss? And he's like, no, I had a mental stop loss. Well, your mental stop loss was great until you just had this technology error. So now what? Now what? So I think that if you have the psychological aspect of trading together, you're fine with mental stop losses. That's okay. But think about how many times most people will change that mental stop loss. Like, all right, I'm going to get out if it hits this level. Like, most people don't like being wrong. And that's the biggest problem. They don't like being wrong. And I get it. But that's an issue. And that's why you have so many people who continue to add to losers. Now, some of them are truly trying to do the whole dollar cost averaging, which you can't really do in futures since it's first in, first out. But they're truly just trying to not have a loss. But losses are not bad. I mean, if you have a bunch of them, yeah. But losing is not bad, and most people just don't want to be wrong. No, I know it's supposed to go down. So even though it's going up, I'm going to put another entry right here. I'm still down another 10 points. I'm going to put another entry right here. Like, just be wrong. Because by the time you do all of that chasing the sell because you don't want to be wrong, you could have already just gotten out of that damn trade and start taking longs. Why? I just don't get it. You're 1 week tilt free. Okay, trenches. Time to celebrate. Time to celebrate. Going on tilt just never gets you anywhere. But I get it. I get it. Applejacks, you know, this is your second morning in a row complaining about our friend in Q without saying good morning. No, but good morning. It was choppy at 10 a.m. Well, it'll be 9 a.m. my time. Let me see. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So right at 9 is when this trend changed to a downtrend, right? So right before it changed to a downtrend, but we rejected off of this resistance / support level 3 times. Attempted to push through and go back to an uptrend but couldn't, and then we finally broke through. And aside from, so I missed one trade this morning, like right at 8:30. Then I took this one trade that I lost that's on the screen right now, which I was explaining earlier. Like, I told myself I was going to break even if it hit the bottom of the change zone, and it came 1 tick from hitting it in reverse. And I feel like that's happened to me before, like in the last couple of weeks. I'll know when I go into my trade journal, because maybe that's just an area where I need to just go ahead and start breaking even 1 tick away, or just not take it, because it was like only maybe 2.5 points away from my entry. And then I sat out of a break even and a win. So even with that loss, if I didn't miss the first trade and if I didn't sit out of that win, I would still be up right now. But I was just questioning because we touched the bottom of that changeover zone, and I've basically realized I don't like trading if it touches that zone, but only if it's a fresh zone. And it wasn't fresh anymore. It had traded below it a little bit, came back to it. So at that point, it was valid to let the trade go, even though it touched it. But I just needed to see it because it doesn't happen very much, which has been the story of my life for the last week and a half, is that all of the adjustments I've had to make has been from stuff I don't see often, which sucks because you always think that you have enough data, and then out of nowhere you get more data for it and you're like, shit, I don't need to trade that. So that was kind of my issue this morning. I read about that in Best Loser Wins. Wish I could see. Essentially, this man was trying to go long. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, more than 1279. All right, it's got to stall here for a while. This man was trying to go long, and his wife walked in, who isn't a trader, and she was like, but is it going down? Why are you saying it's going to go up? And he had a light bulb moment. See? It literally doesn't make sense. I get why people do it, but it doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather just be wrong and go for longs. Well, for him, go for shorts. You played Resurgence the other day. Yo, did Rebirth come back yet? I feel like I saw somebody on Facebook said that Rebirth finally came back. I might actually get on there. I don't know. But see, the problem with me is I have to play when my best friend who games is not online, because if he's getting on the game, I can't play anything but whatever he wants to play, and he does not play Call of Duty anymore, even though we met on Black Ops 2 so many years ago. If I'm like, oh, I want to go play such and such, no, Kiki, you can't. We about to play 2K or we about to play Apex. But I've been waiting for Rebirth to come back out though. 1279. I'm waiting for. I might take this sale. It's kind of iffy. Only because the line is where it changed. The minor trend changed from the uptrend to the downtrend. And I'm not all the way sure if I like trading inside of the zone. It doesn't set up much, but it's setting up right now. And there it goes. So we're just going to chance it because it's okay. Now, if it loses, I am just going to go back to solidifying that as a rule. But I think when I looked, it wasn't really much of a problem. So we'll just chance it. If it loses, it loses. I really don't care anymore. All right, so we won't trade inside of the zone. It's that simple. Oh, it came back yesterday. So wait, I'm on to something. You weren't playing Resurgence before? Oh yeah, you said you were playing multiplayer like a crazy person. Resurgence is so much better. So much better. Oh wait, I only got 500. Okay, no more trades that I don't like. Good morning, Tan or Tan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but good morning and welcome to the stream. Thank you for the sub. All right, so yeah, no more trades inside of the trail and stop or inside of the zone. I'm okay with just not taking them. They don't happen often. And for me, it's like it always makes sense why certain things don't work out. But when you've been trading it and it hasn't been much of a problem, it's like, all right, cool. But then I think what ends up happening is on low volume or low volatility days, that's when you lose those like kind of like, I wouldn't say break even, because for the most part it's been winning. But because there's not very much volatility today, it makes sense why it just doesn't work. So I would just rather not trade it at all, whether it's high or low volatility, and just leave it at that. It's no big deal. It's easy for me to sit out of trades. The only thing that annoys me is when I keep sitting out of the wins and I can't cover the losses for the trades I'm super iffy about. You are crazy. For still anybody who still plays multiplayer on Call of Duty is crazy. One of my friends, he likes playing, what is it, Shipment? I said, dude, Shipment was insane years ago when it first came out. And he only likes playing Shipment. He's a crazy person. Why? And then I saw that they can't, I forget the name of this one map, but I used to love that map back in the day. But I'm like, the way these people are, And I just always hated how, like, right before the newest Call of Duty would come out, they would start hacking. I ain't gonna lie, though. It was one year, so many years ago. I forget which Call of Duty it was. I feel like it was one of the Black Ops? I don't remember. But they started doing the see-through walls hack, and I definitely did it a time or two. Yeah, a time or two. Hoping I don't get banned. Good morning, Biz Phone. How are you? You was red 300. Now you're back to break even. I love to see it. I love to see it. How much longer are you trading for? You tried the long at 840 and that didn't work well. Hold on, let me go back to 840. Oh yeah, that Yeah, it didn't go up much after 840. Like maybe 10 points. Then it dropped from there, right? Yeah. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, he's a crazy person. He's like, I play the game for the thrill. That's where you get the thrill. I'm like, okay, whatever you want. Playing Shipment with a bunch of people that's noob tubing, sitting in corners, getting helicopters, like, no. My favorite Call of Duties were World at War. I loved World at War. But World at War is when I first started playing Search and Destroy, and those big ass maps with the tanks and stuff. Why am I running all the way across the map to get to this dang on bomb? But World at War was one of my favorites. I actually did. I would say Call of Duty 4 because that's the very first Call of Duty that I played. And I would say Modern Warfare 2 and 3. I actually wasn't much of a fan of Black Ops. Black Ops to me was just better for zombies. Not to say I hated Black Ops, but if I had to choose, I would always choose Modern Warfare. Until they came out with the robot. What was that? Advanced Warfare that had the robots or something? That's when I said, all right, Call of Duty, you got it. Really, Ghosts, I said you got it. But then when Advanced Warfare came out, I say, yeah, that's it for me. I can't take anymore. But I did play the last Call of Duty. I played Resurgence. And I actually started playing it like 9 months after it came out, and I was hooked. And then I didn't really play when this Call of Duty. I played a little bit when this Call of Duty came out, but not much. I was only playing it because I took a break from like August until maybe like 2 months ago. I took a break from Apex. So whenever I wasn't playing 2K, I would just get on Call of Duty here and there. Let's see, close 99.50. Alright, we closed on the VWAP right there. I'm just ready to get this week over with. Now I'm just like, I got $500 left in this account. I kind of have, despite today's just whatever, I kind of have confidence that I can bring it back, but we'll see. We will see. This market is just so choppy. Why is that up there? Oh, I know exactly why that's up there. All right. I don't know why I just had that random zone down there though. Let me see something. You hate Apex? Oh no, ma'am. There will be no Apex slander in this chat. Zor, you're looking too long around 488. That's like right below that yellow line right there. Let me move this. I'm okay. I get where you coming from though, because low key, high key, low key, I hated Apex initially too. I actually uninstalled it like 3 or 4 times. I was like, what is this? But my first shooting game was Halo 3. I dabbled a little bit in Gears, but I was not a fan of Gears except the Horde mode. But like playing multiplayer, I did not like it. I hated the campaign. I just not a fan. So after Halo, that is when I discovered Call of Duty 4. I actually have friends on Xbox that I've been playing with since then. So it's been like 15 years. And I was hooked to Call of Duty immediately. And then I've also, so I never liked Battlefield. I will say that. Once I realized that Battlefield is like more, I guess you could say realistic from a standpoint of if you hit this building with a nuke tube, it's going to come down, or a rocket is going to come down, you know, versus Call of Duty. Or when I saw that when you're sniping, you got to hold your breath and look at the wind. I say, yeah, you're doing too much. Don't like this. And I just didn't like the movement of Battlefield either. Eventually, when I started getting into battle royales, I never really got into Fortnite. PUBG, I believe, was my first battle royale. And I actually liked PUBG. And then I got into Road Company, which isn't a battle royale, but it's another third-person shooter. Loved Road Company. And then I think that's when I got into Apex. I got into Apex, like I said, a couple of times, just kept uninstalling. I did not like it. And then because I was just so over Call of Duty by then, like I said, I started hating Call of Duty with Call of Duty Ghosts. So I was like, all right, well, if I want to play a shooting game, because I'm sick of 2K, I would always like buy a 2K, sit out for 3 years, buy a 2K, sit out for 3 years. So I was like, okay, I need something to play, because by then there wasn't really a lot of games coming out that were good. Like back in the day, I would have a lot of games in rotation, from Saints Row. I never liked GTA, but Saints Row, different Hitman games. I mean, just everything you could possibly think of. And I've had, like I said, every game system since Nintendo, besides the Nintendo 64 and GameCube. Those were the only 2 that I did not have. But I just felt like after a while, you just don't really have games coming out like that are really good. I liked Red Dead Redemption. I play all different types of games. But I just wanted to get back to a traditional shooting game. And so I said, well, we're just going to have to make Apex work. And yeah, I've been Apex head ever since. I'm actually on the leaderboards for one of the characters that I use. I took a 6-month break from playing Apex, and I think was like top 30 on Xbox for this one particular character, which is insane. And actually, let me go see where I'm at now, because I haven't even been playing with her since I got back on there. I've been playing with Lifeline. Let me go see. Enter Xbox. See if it can fetch my stats. I got more kills than that. But what ifs? Alright. It looks like, I think this is overall though. Let me see. So here's my stats. I think this is, I think I'm top 40 in damage overall. Like across all platforms, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is everyone who uses this character. Yeah, never liked GTA. I can't. Mike, Road Company is one of my favorite games. Me too. I wish my friends would want to play it more often because I feel like that's just a timeless game. The only thing I don't like is getting into lobbies with people with PCs because why am I in here with you? If I don't have someone on PC on my team, I shouldn't be playing against you. And the people who snipe on PC are irritating. Very much so. This your last time in my stream? No, it's not my fault. I just never liked it. Definitely would prefer Saints Row. What was the other one? True Crimes of LA, Street True, whatever that old one was. I think maybe it had Snoop Dogg in it. Love that. GTA, no man. Mm-mm. 488, you're looking to short. Oh, you're looking to short at 488, and Bond is looking to long at 488. Who's gonna be right? Right now, NQ is hovering around the monthly open. And see, I think I have an indicator where I can see like weekly and monthly lines too. I just never wanted to put them on there because I feel like I have enough lines on my chart. So I really only pay attention to the previous day levels. But it might be something that I add later on, especially if I feel like it affects my trading. Right now, I just don't have setups. What's my social media? You need to like some pics right quick. Mike, if you type my name in, you'll probably find me. KeAmber is my first name. My last name is Vaughn. Yeah, they're speaking at what, 11:15 and 1. Do I have that big enough over there? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've been gaming for a very long time. For me, it's like my peace. You know, you shoot people on a game so that you don't want to shoot people in real life. When I'm irritated, I play the game. When I'm sad, I play the game. When I'm mad, I play the game. That's just the way you do it. Because I don't really like I don't party at all. Unless it's like for instance, my sister likes to do New Year's Eve parties at her house now. That's the thing that she likes to do. Unless it's something like that, I don't go to the clubs. Even with my family members, whether it's my mom and some of my cousins my age, they might go like to a little karaoke bar and stuff like that. Not my judge. I don't want to be around people. I don't even like people, and I don't like being in crowds. So for me, it's trading, gaming, and that's my piece. I actually, funny story, my second to last boyfriend, one of the many reasons why I broke up with him is because he would always say something about me gaming. Like, first of all, sir, if you think for any moment that you will come before my gaming, you're crazy. Because my gaming been holding me down since I was a young child, okay? I don't know how long you gonna be here. But, he would call me and, ask me what I'm doing, whether he's at work or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm on the game. Now, if he ever asks me like to come over or something, sure, I might play for like another hour and get off and come spend time with you. But when you're just at work and you want to talk to me and I tell you I'm on the game and the first thing out of your mouth is you always on the game. Like, that's always what he would say. And one day I just flipped out. And mind you, I'm a pretty calm person. I didn't used to be, like, long time ago. But I'm a pretty calm person. Like, I don't like arguing with people. I don't like yelling and screaming. I didn't grow up in a household like that. So I just can't take it, right? But I went off. I was like, look, sir, you like to go out to bars. You still like going out to clubs at your big ass age. You like drinking. You like smoking hookah. You like doing all of these things that are what you consider your hobby or what makes you happy. And I don't say nothing. When you say you about to go to a hookah bar, I don't say nothing. I don't say a hookah bar again. When you going out to the club with your friends, I don't say the club again. I let you do you. But what you're not going to do is every time I tell you I'm on the game, which even back then, I wasn't even gaming that often, y'all. I was probably gaming like 3 times a week. That's not a lot for me. For me, every day is typically what I'm doing. And I just got so irritated. And I was just like, you know what? I can't deal with this forever. I'm out. It was other reasons too, but that was like a pet peeve of mine. Don't tell me how to spend my time when it don't even affect you. You at work. So it don't matter if I'm on the game or anything. And it's not like I would be like, yo, I'm on the game, I'm getting off the phone with you. No. I just put my other set of headphones on and just rock it out. But that was irritating. No, not fine. Vaughn. Vaughn. I actually think there's another girl with my name on Facebook. You'll know when you see the profile picture that is not me. I had somebody on Xbox one time ask me for my profile, and I just told him to type my first and last name in or whatever. And he said, "Is this you with the?" I said, "Hell no, who is that?" I looked, I said, Don't play with me. Don't do that. No, it's not what I look like. Don't do that. I used to have my middle name in there, but it's not anymore. So I'll just show you what my profile looks like. You'll be able to tell it's me. See? So when you see that picture, that's my profile. Yes, it's therapy. That's what I'd be saying. I just need to shoot something real quick in the game so I can go on with my life. Yes, that's it. Oh yeah, use that line, baby. Listen, you have your hobbies. I have mine. I'm gonna tell you something, and I've been saying this for years. One thing that irritates me with women in particular is how irritated they get with men who game, right? Here is my thing. If you have a man that is at home, why do you care if he's gaming? You shouldn't care. You literally shouldn't care. Because he could be out here in the streets doing God knows what with whoever. Male, female, whatever. You know, he could be out here with his boys. Or he could be out here cheating on you. He could be doing whatever. The streets don't love nobody. So if my man is safe in my house, he can play the game as much as he wants to. As long as it's not getting in the way of your priorities, you not bumming it out, you helping around the house, helping with the kids, whatever. Do you. I would rather have my man in the house safe where I know where he is at all times. Not even from a control standpoint, but because I know you're safe. I would rather that than you be out here doing whatever. It's crazy people outside of my house, okay? And if it's that much of a problem for you, learn how to fucking game. Duh. And even then, like, one of my friends was like, you know, that his girl gets mad with how much he plays the game or whatever. He's like, but if I turn the game off and, you know, we chilling, you usually in your phone anyway, so why does it matter to you? I said, If you can sit in your phone all day while you're supposed to be spending time with your man, what's the difference between you ignoring him because you in your phone and him ignoring you because he on the game? It's no difference. That's just what you want to do with your time. That's one thing that irritates me with women. They don't think about certain stuff. Or you spend your free time watching reality shows that men don't want to watch. You know, so if that's what you finna do for the next 4 hours, I'm gonna play my game instead. Women just don't be thinking. They don't think at all. They don't think at all. And that's their problem. Don't show the world. I'm pretty easy to find though. Like if you Google my name, you'll see a bunch of stuff. You'll probably even see super old sports articles, all kinds of stuff. The only reason I don't have, because I don't care about people knowing my first and last name. I'm not an anonymous person. That's why I have my first name up here. It's not like I have a common name where I could just put Ashley or something and you can never find me. So it's really no big deal for me at all. But I don't have my last name on this channel because that's what my other channel is. So to kind of distinguish between the two, I just put trades behind it instead. All right, I kind of wanted to get into this sale right here. I just didn't because we had a trend change, and when that trend changes, my volume requirements are a little bit different than if it doesn't. So it hit one requirement and not the other. So I just didn't really feel comfortable taking that trade. It won though, but if this reverses down in this bar and it stalls for long enough, I am going to get into a sale though. I just haven't had any setups this entire time, besides the one that I just chanced that I didn't really want to. You need more men in here shooting a shot. This is hilarious. Applejacks, you're crazy. 424. Let's see, you're long at 489.25. What's your take profit? What's your TP? All right, it reached my requirements to take a sell right here, but that's only if we push down in this bar though. If this bar closes up, it's gonna automatically not be a trade anymore because this level is weak, and I know there's gonna be too much volume in this swing at that point for me to take the trade. It looks like that's what it wants to do. It does. All right, what did you say? So 489.25. I'm gonna put arrows on the screen. All right, let's put an arrow. So 489.25. And you're going to 496. Oh, does my arrow not show? Oh, yeah, it does. Entry and exit. All right. I knew that was going to invalidate itself. It just always does. And this is that after 10 o'clock shit that I always say that I hate. But I have no choice but to keep trading because that's when some of my best trades are, despite everything. So even though I'm negative today for dumb reasons, if tomorrow what my focus is going to be is to any trades where I have like question marks, either like on my cheat sheet or I just question like the one where like, yo, we're literally trading inside of the zone. And that was a little iffy for me. I'm not going to take any of those trades. My focus is going to be taking all of the trades that are like solidified rules where I have no questions, and I want to see how it turns out because part of me wants to reach the payout threshold with the upcoming payout cycle, the 15th to the 20th. Another part of me is like, girl, you've been waiting all this damn time. What's another 2 weeks? So I want to see how I feel after tomorrow. Because I do have the opportunity to flip one more day. So what I could do is possibly flip on the 8th on that PA and then kind of see where things head, because I was telling one of my friends that I am thinking about taking like one trade a day on that PA, just one, and kind of seeing where it goes from there. But I would make sure that I take the trade after like 9 or 9:30, kind of when the market slows down and I know I'm not going to be making any mistakes or anything like that. And it'll be really easy for me to copy trade to it and immediately take it off. But like I said, a huge part of me is like, girl, just just hit the next payout threshold or payout period. It's really no big deal. It's not like I'm going broke or anything because I've been doing this process. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm just really confident in things. I feel like whatever day that was this week, I think it was Tuesday. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday. Even though Tuesday was horrible, it was like legit all small shit. Small shit that I don't see often, that I needed to just see a couple more times to say, all right, girl, let's just restrict this a little bit more and make it easier on ourselves. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Bond, I think if we break through this yellow line, I think you should be all right. And that's a good take profit considering we got a resistance level at 498. Never had nobody complain about the game. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to the block. Exactly. But there are women out here that are like that. Like, as many friends as I have that I've been playing with for so many years, I can't tell you how many times we in the middle of any kind of, it could be a 2K game. All you hear is doo-doo. Pull the plug, turn it off. Come back 2 days later, y'all, my bad about the other day. My girl pulled the plug on me. What? You didn't really play that much. I could play a lot, honestly. I can. One trade a day keeps the mental at ease. No, one trade a day drives me crazy. That's why I hate when the volatility is so low, because I like taking 10 to 15 trades in 2.5 hours. That's my thing. 5 is like, no, sir. You're not moving enough for me. Market needs NVIDIA to catch a bounce. I know Bond needs it to get up here to the top of the arrow. It's basically trying, so this yellow line is where my minor trend changed to a downtrend. So it's basically trying to push back into the zone. I think I've put the, you know what, it doesn't matter. This zigzag is gonna mess up, but I know last week, I think it was last week, I had put the half trend indicator I told you guys how I use. I had put it on the screen, but I think I had only showed what the major one looks like. But I'm gonna show you guys kind of what my other screen looks like. Like I said, I just don't like having it all on a second chart because it can be kind of heavy on the computer. So I'll show you guys real quick so you guys can see kind of what I look at. I was gonna say, I can't even see over there. I'm just gonna mess up again a little bit. All right, so when I say I have a minor and a major trend, right, the major one is that thick red line. That's like the middle of it, and it determines my overall trend bias. And then I have a minor one that changes the color of my bars. But you can see, like here, we came back, almost touched the major level, and we created structure going down. Like I said, even if I have a downtrend bias, I will still take buys. I don't care. But having these two linked together kind of shows you where the market is heading, and this is why I use the combination of the two. So like when it's a clear uptrend, you'll see that, you know, both of them are green. And then as it starts to get below the thick green line, because it was a major, you know, the major level is an uptrend, as it starts to trade below it, you can see that that is when I can see that structure is going to break and trend down. And then after we trend down, a lot of times we'll break, come back, retest the level, that's the major level, and then we start trending down again. Touch the major level, trend down again. Once it starts to consolidate at the major level, which, let me find an instance. Give me a second. Let me find one. Because usually when it starts to constantly rotate over the level, which I might have to go back to yesterday to find a good example. It looks crazy when I'm zoomed so far out because you see everything all at once, but it's very easy to trade. Let me see. Let's go back to yesterday, maybe. All right, like here, perfect example. So overall downtrend, we came, tested, pushed down. This time when we came to the major level, we went above it, but we still pushed down again, right? Now here, usually I can see when the market is about to start consolidating, and it's usually at my major level or like, you know, the middle VWAP level or something like that. So we're in a downtrend, but you can see that it's consistently trading at the major level and it's attempting to break through it. And when I start to see this happen, I pretty much know the market is we're about to have a shift change, right? So we resisted here once, twice, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. And every time we resisted here, we kind of rotated over. Once I start seeing a bunch of rotations over the level, I know that we're going to change trends. And you can see that's exactly what we did, right? Here again, this time we traded below it, but we failed. So I kind of knew we were going to go up. But the problem is because I have such a tight stop loss, I have to be very careful with how I trade certain things. Even when I know like, yeah, it's going to go up, I don't want to get stopped out and it still goes up. So that's why I have such strict rules. But yeah, I basically just use those two versions of the half trend. One to tell me my minor trend, one to tell me the overall trend bias. And I just kind of go from there. But I'm going to remove this because it's going to start making my computer lag, especially if I start entering trades. But yeah, and that's the NinjaTrader Solar Wind. I've had it for years and years. But then I just put the naked charts over here. Am I into anime? No. Okay, so I don't really watch TV really at all. I don't watch any shows at all. The only time I do is if I'm just in the family room spending time with my grandma and my mom. That's pretty much it. There was one anime though that I really loved, and actually I got introduced to it probably like 5 years ago. There was only one season. I was visiting a friend and we only watched like 2 episodes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find, but I never like asked him what it was called or anything like that. And so last year we were in an Xbox party talking about anime. My gaming friends love anime, okay? Love it. So I was telling them, I was like, yo, there's this one anime that I really, really loved. I never was able to watch the whole thing and I don't know the name of it. And so one of my friends was trying to like figure it out, and I just kept explaining it to him. I was like, yo, I remember parts of it. I just remember that it all had to do with this little thing where it was this device that they put in their mouth, and when they put it in their mouth, and there's somebody else who has it, you can like challenge them to some kind of game, and if you lose, you become their slave. And everybody thought I was crazy. Like, we ain't never heard nothing like that. What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, it's a real thing. So it took a couple of weeks, but my friend found it for me. And I would have to look on my phone because I feel like I might have saved it as a bookmark. But I ended up watching the whole season and I was just so mad. Like, why didn't y'all come out with another one? Let me see if I can find it. I feel like it was called Doriku. DOREI -KU. I feel like that's what it was called. I could be wrong, but I'm almost certain. But yeah, I really loved that one. But I don't really have a great attention span. So I don't really watch stuff that often anymore. I really wanted to take this sell, but I can't because it pulled back too far. Showing y'all the steps to manifestation. I'm weak. I am weak. Good morning, Biopics. Good morning. Good morning. Not gonna cap. I never seen anybody trade a setup like this. Nice seeing other yeah, target hit bond. Yeah, honestly, it's because I came up with it myself. But that's what, like, I was explaining to somebody the other day. I'm like, look, listen, I might be losing a lot right now because it's still developing, but I have a very clear, concise strategy. Like, and it's, for me, I know so many people who just hit buy and sell when they're scalping because, oh, I'm only going for 4 ticks, or I'm only going for 6 ticks, so I should always be able to get 6 ticks out of the market. And you might think that, but it's not true. But like, legit, like I said earlier, when I started to develop this, I already knew, because of so many years of back testing and developing other strategies, I kind of already knew what I wanted to use. And it's also why I knew I was going to go back to Rinkos in order to develop a scalping strategy, because Rinkos are so precise. And I just feel like it's so difficult for you to find other time frames that are as precise as Rinkos. So yeah, it does get irritating sometimes because I'm getting in at the close of the bar, and sometimes the market will just take off and hit my take profit level before I'm able to actually enter the trade, which can be super duper freaking annoying. But it kind of is what it is, and you just gotta roll with the punches, you know. It doesn't happen very, very often anymore, but yeah, it can be kind of annoying. But yeah, so I'm not just hitting buy and sell for no reason. And that's what I was, you know, telling people in the beginning when I first started showing my charts. You know, yeah, it's a clear lower high, or yeah, it's a clear higher low. And yeah, typically if you're getting into pullbacks, that's exactly what you want to look for. However, there's so many other variables, you know, whether you're looking at different support and resistance levels, the VWAP, how it reacts to those, and things like that. I just like this half trend indicator because that's all the solar wind is. It's a form of a half trend. However, most half trends that I have seen outside of theirs, they don't really give you a level where, like, it'll change directions. You'll just see it happen. Like, it'll change the color of your bars and you're like, but what level made it change, kind of thing. But I've liked this indicator since I've had it. Like I said, I've had it for years. But yeah, that's why one day I might teach eventually, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to be obligated to people, but, and I know some people prefer naked charts. They feel like all indicators are lagging and you don't need that stuff, but not everybody wants to have to analyze every single piece of data on the charts because they don't have certain indicators that can make it easier for them. Like, this just makes it easy for me to know, yo, we have a trend change. Why? Because the color of my bars just changed. It's that simple. Because technically, this can come up and create, let's say, a higher high right here, right? But that doesn't mean that we've completely broken the downtrend structure. Even if it's the minor structure, that doesn't mean that we completely broke it. But I know we completely broke it when the color of my bars change. So that's just the way that I like to look at it personally. But yeah. I'm hoping that over time there are more streamers who use Rinkos, because I think I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I think pretty much everybody who I watch stream use a 2-minute chart, a 1-minute chart. I think I've seen a 30-second chart before with someone who streams, and of course a 5-minute chart. I haven't seen any other Rinkos. at all. We only got 20 minutes left. Today actually went by pretty fast. And as sleepy as I was when I first got on, now I'm not really that sleepy. So now I'm annoyed because I really wanted to take I was looking forward to my nap. Shows off changes to major. Oh, Mike. Wait a second now. Hold up. Are you still in here? I got something to say to you. If you are still here, let me know. I wonder if you know my best friend, because we have one mutual friend on Facebook and he is a close friend of my best friend who's also from New Orleans. Where is he in a trade? Oh no. Mike. So I see that we have a mutual friend on Facebook, John. Do you know Cornelius Christmas? I know John through Cornelius. Cornelius is my best friend, one of my best friends. I cannot believe this market was doing this today. I really hope we can get some movement. But you know what? It seems like the second week of each month is kind of like the better weeks as far as volatility goes. You don't know Cornelius, but you know John. I was about to say, yeah, I met John. I feel like I met him for the first time at Cornelius's birthday party, maybe. This had to be like 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure that's where I met him for the first time. Like 4 years ago. Just about. Oh wait, I gotta move this down. That's where we'll change to an uptrend. Are you still in New Orleans? I haven't been to New Orleans in, I think, probably 4 years. I feel like the last time I went was for his party that turned into a surprise engagement. I think that was the last time I've been. But I've been like probably 5 times, I think. No, I'm lying. I went for his baby shower like the next year. He was your old manager back when he stayed in New Orleans. He's in Texas now. Yeah, I did see that he moved recently. Think the Bulls are about to take over NQ. If we could push through this zone, absolutely. Because there's not, I wouldn't say there's not very much above it, because there are some levels, but not anything major really. We got a VWAP level at 538, which is the first deviation level. And then of course we have the session high at 568, but I'm really wanting to see it break this level though. You've been using Rincos for years? Really, Bond? What setting do you use? And which Rincos do you use? Because I know there's O Rincos, there's the traditional Rincos that are in NinjaTrader, like the native ones, and then you have Ninja. Which ones do you use and what setting do you use? I started off my trading journey with Rincos, and then because I was using platforms that didn't have it, like TD Ameritrade and stuff like that, I switched to time-based charts. And because I was learning different time-based strategies, like I've taken, what is that, Aerial FX. I don't know if I took their course. I feel like they just had a Wyckoff indicator maybe that I used at one point. But that wasn't Forex. But I did take a futures course from Major League Trading. That was years ago when Jack Gleason was kind of spearheading that. But that was majority like binary options, because I remember most of the strategies that I learned was for binary options. But every time I went to a different time-based chart, tick-based chart, I just was not happy at all. Except I did know how to intraday scalp or intraday swing on a 2-minute chart. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will give that 2-minute chart its props. But Rinkos will always be the love of my life. And I'm really going to like, especially next week, I'm going to start writing down, like, whenever I have this one particular setup where I know I can get more than 18 ticks out of it, I'm going to start, when I journal it in my physical journal, not the online one, but when I journal it, I'm going to make sure that I write down how many ticks I could have gotten out of it, because I always know I can take profit at my major level versus just the 18 ticks. It's only going to be about 30 ticks or so, but if I can get the extra ticks out of it, why not? You know what I mean? So that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'll probably still keep the auto break even on, and I'll just manually move the take profit once I'm in the trade, which I have to make sure I do really fast, because a lot of times my trades take profit so fast. And then I know I'm gonna have to fix my trailing stop, because if I'm not mistaken, what it does right now is it trails the reversal close of a bar. And I don't need it to do that, so I'll have to fix that. But other than that, I should be cool. You have a great day too, Rio. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me see what's going on in the... Do you wait until... Today though, so it won't charge me for renewal before it processes. I pass right since I heard the past email piece. Oh Lord, is he yelling at him? These people are psychos. Come on, I just want one more freaking trade today. That's just one. That's all I'm asking for. It's just been so freaking slow. All right, so same thing I was saying earlier, like if it starts to create structure above my major level, so my major level is right here, we rotated over it, and boom, there we go. We're changing trends pretty much. It just needs to break the level all the way. We just have not... We just ain't been creating the patterns that I like to trade today. If we can push down in the zone, create a pullback that I like, I will take the trade, but it looks like it wants to just break it. I did what? purchased one of our programs in the past. I did what now? I don't remember purchasing from these people, but all right. Let's see what happens here. If we could push down. It's like every swing just takes 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's insane. We will have to stall here for a while for me to be able to take the buy. I'm not really worried about it being inside the zone. But we would need to push up in this particular bar, but it needs to stall. Otherwise, I can't take this. The volume of this candle, this reversal candle, is like 2,000. And I need the volume of the current bar to be more than that. It was 14 points. I consider it a scalp because I was in it for only a few minutes. Where you got in it? Scalped along with 3 micros, $100 up considering I was down. Oh yeah, you swung that right on up. Good morning, Truth Seeker. You swung that around big time. How are you this morning? That's a $400 swing, honey. Listen, I'll take it. Yep. Didn't stall long enough for me. I would have loved to be able to get into the buy to push through, but it doesn't like me. I know I changed the rules for that. All right. $10.97. If we stall in the next reversal candle long enough, I'll be able to get into a sell. Divergence sell. Is he in a trade? I hear him talking. Oh yeah, he's in a buy. Oh, he just closed it. I could tell by his commentary he was in a trade. He started seeing it resist and he said, all right, I'm out of here. Is he back positive? No, not yet. Don't push up. No. I mean, it's still valid. I just have to wait longer. But I thought we would be able to do it in this candle. You're looking for some longs? I am too. Well, I only got 8 minutes to look for longs. I am looking for the initial sale though. But I know if we sell here, I can't take the first long because we just changed overall trends. And I can't let the trade touch this zone. What did he say? Oh, this is the low of the right now price is at the low of the 15-minute opening range, I think he said. We're rejecting off the top of it, or at least trying to create an outside bar doing it. That's not what I want to see. Wait, why are you in a buy if you said that it's hitting the bottom of that zone? Well, now for his sake, I don't want to get into a sale. It's a weird place to take a buy though. Come on, market. You don't want to push up from here. You want to push down, right? If we get back in the zone to close, I'm definitely getting in. The volume looks good for it. We'll see what happens. Watch time of day. What does that mean, Bond? This is the time of day that I exit. I got 6 minutes left. Come on. No. Okay, now I have to wait again. What is the actual oh, now it's at the price of that, the bottom of that zone. Just got up in this body, tipsy of this Bacardi. I thought the market would give me what I wanted before I got off, and it's not. Oh, lunchtime in the machines. Yeah, that's why I get off at 11. Because I don't want to sit through lunchtime at all. It's hard enough sitting from 10 to 11. There is no way I would sit after 11 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I really don't see how people literally sit there and trade all day, especially when you know that like things slow down at lunchtime or, you know, different things like that. I'm here to trade, not to sit here and watch nothing. What did he say? You don't mind if it pulls back here? You should. You want to buy. There's 3 minutes left. He said, don't be a dingleberry. Keep going higher. Well, before I get off, I want to ask you guys what you think about this. Do you guys think that Apex will ever change the 7 trading day requirements for evals? Me personally, I was having a discussion with my the best friend who trades, Jeremy. I was having a discussion with him about this yesterday. I feel like the first time they did the 3-day pass and the 1-day pass was like, let's test the markets and see what happens. As much as, you know, I feel like they don't really have competition like that. You know, when you look at the numbers don't lie, period. But one of the things that people do complain about is the 7-day trading period for evals, when other places you can pass much quicker, whatever. So initially I felt like, all right, they're testing. With them extending it this time for another basically 30 days, almost 28 days, I kind of have a feeling that at some point they're probably going to reduce the number of days for evals. And to me, I can understand why you don't do it in the beginning, maybe. Because with him starting this prop firm based on his experience with the previous prop firm, I get how you adopt other, you know, rules and stuff and kind of make some stuff your own. But to me, from a business perspective, it makes sense for you to just reduce the number of days, because it's not because you don't have all the rules in evals that you have in PAs, right? You leave the door open for people to YOLO them and gamble them anyway, right? Because I can go full port on day 1, pass it on day 1, and for the next 6 days, I just flip contracts because I've already reached the profit target. So I'm just waiting for you to give me the opportunity to convert it. So it's not like you are preventing or trying to slow people down from failing their PAs, because these people are gamblers. Most people are gamblers. Whatever they do in their eval, a lot of times they end up doing in the PA too. But even if they don't, so that's one perspective where you're not slowing anything down, right? Really, from a business perspective, it's bad for you because you're slowing down your revenue because you're requiring an additional 6 days or an additional 3 days if somebody passes it in 4 days, right? The second thing is, again, you're still slowing down your revenue because now you're getting the PA conversion fee a lot later for no reason. One of the reasons why they had such a huge payout month in March is because they kept having the 1-day pass. So obviously it's helping your revenue because people have to pay the conversion fees. More money for you. The third thing is, it doesn't change much at all. People are going to either, I feel like more people YOLO when it's a 1-day pass or a 3-day pass because they're trying to hurry up and pass it. Now, you do have some people like me, I know Trenches, we've talked about this before, where it don't matter what your promo is, I'm still going to trade it like it's a PA, because let's be real, it's very difficult for people to change their psychology from YOLOing an eval and seeing that profit so fast, and then they get into a PA and it's like, well, I'm going to settle for $100 a day. No, you're not. You're going to go on tilt at some point because you just reached $3,000 profit target in 2 days. And now you're trying to slow roll it $100 a day or $200 a day. It ain't going to happen. Most people don't have the psychology aspect of it down. So if people are going to do what they want to do anyway, you might as well just make the 1 day or maybe even a 3-day pass a thing. Why not? And I think is best on Apex's side to do it, because other prop firms that have a 1-day pass ain't really a 1-day pass, because by their conversion process takes a couple of days. So really it ain't a 1-day pass. At least with Apex, it's pretty much instant. You have a couple people who slip through the cracks, technology issues, but I just feel like, why not just keep it permanent? Unless it's going to hurt you in some way, shape, or form, but it doesn't seem like it, because every time they've done this 1-day pass for an extended period of time, not just like 3 days or something like that, they get so many people converting to PAs. They've increased their payouts at the same time. And hey, if it's helping, why not? Why not? Rejection off the monthly. Nicely. Runner left. Hoping I can pass my Apex challenge. I'm going for the day. I'm going for the day too, Mike. And I'll be glad to see you more often. Thank you. Thank you. 6 of the Magnificent 7 are up. Nvidia needs to bounce at least 5. You think at least 5 days? Why you say 5? I know, because you think like me, where like you're just helping the YOLO traders, but the YOLO traders gonna YOLO anyway. And I would even like to see, the number of trading days down to 7 or 8. Even 8 is fine. I don't like 10 days because you're telling people they don't have to trade every day. But if someone wants to hit the payout period, every payout period, you essentially have to trade every day. So why not drop it down to 7 or 8, get rid of the ability to flip, because technically in a 10-day time frame, you're only requiring for somebody to trade 8 days anyway, because you're allowing them to flip too. So why not just make it 8 days, no flipping? I got you. I can see 1 week. The 5 days. I can see that. The 5 days, because it's 5 trading days. I can see that. The only reason I say 3 is because in case we have like a Monday holiday or a Friday holiday, or just, something like that, or the market sucks one day, like I wouldn't mind a 3-day. But I think 7 is just for no reason. For no reason other than to delay their own revenue, which you shouldn't be doing in business, right? Same with payouts. It should be 5 days. I can see that too. Definitely. Yeah, 5 or 7. I definitely don't feel like it should be more than 7. Or more than 8. I'll say more than 8, because I can dig 8, but 10, I just think it's no. It did break above the supply zone. Yeah, the market's just going, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it, because we are done trading for the day. But yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to go journal, which shouldn't take me long. Oh, wait. Let me show y'all how much I have left in the account. I don't know what button I just pushed. Oh, that's our trader. Let's see. All right, let me show you that. All right, so I still have, what is that, 539 left in the account. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We got a 50K coming back next week. That's what my main priority is at this point. is just worrying about that. With this account, because Tuesday was so horrible, I just wanted it to last at least until Friday, and we met that goal. We met that goal. So we'll see if we can bring it back from 500. I'm not too worried about it. We'll just focus on the 250Ks are coming back. One Monday, one the following Monday, and we'll just worry about those accounts and just kind of go from there. But I thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the commentary today. I had fun. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.